Hey guys, welcome to my kitchen, guys. Today I'm going to be bringing you guys a cinnamon bun recipe. Well, I went into my recipe box and I got a recipe out. So we're going to be making a cinnamon bun recipe. Yep. At the end, I will post the recipe and you guys could get it and you guys can make your own cinnamon buns. Guys, it's a cold day as you guys can see. I'm gonna show you guys outside. That's how you guys can see the window, but it's starting to sleet. So yeah, guys, you can see my other window back there. So it's a raw day. So I'm gonna make homemade cinnamon buns to have with some tea or coffee. All right, guys. I got my bowls here. I'm gonna pause you. I'm gonna start bringing all my stuff out and then I'm gonna come right back. Okay guys, you're going to need 2 cups of milk, whole milk, warm to the touch. Half a cup of granulated sugar. Half a cup, which is 1 stick of butter. It says my mother used to do salted, but I'm doing regular butter, melted. And 2.5 tablespoons of active dry yeast or 1 package. So that's exactly what I have here. Okay, so we're going to combine the 2 cups of milk, the half a cup granulated sugar, the half a stick of butter or 1 stick of butter, and the 2.5 tablespoon or 1 package of active dry yeast. Okay, and we're gonna let it set for 10 minutes while this does the magic work and it start bubbling. All right, guys, we're gonna add 1 spoon of salt. 1 tablespoon of salt. It calls for kosher salt, but I use regular salt. That's gonna go in there. It's not gonna make it salty or anything because of the sugar. And then we're gonna start combining the flour. It calls for 5 cups of flour, but you're gonna have it divided, guys. So we're gonna start adding it and we're gonna start stirring, okay? We're gonna start combining those ingredients together. So I added 2 cups of flour first. I mean, it's gonna be, it's a rich dough. So you're gonna combine. You're always gonna leave a little bit of salt on your bowl because you're gonna need it to, it's gonna help you to knead the dough and not for it to stick to the surface of your working place. So guys, I'm gonna combine this all together and I'm gonna come at you with everything, okay? Okay guys, after you mix your dough together, it's gonna look like this. You're gonna leave it in here to rise for another 25 to 30 minutes, okay? And then after that, I'm gonna show you the next step. All right guys, while the dough is still rising, it's only been maybe like 7 to 8 minutes. Okay, so we're gonna do the filling for the inside of the cinnamon roll. You're going to need 3/4 of a cup of light brown sugar, which is this sugar. It's like granulated sugar, but it's brown sugar. We're going to need 3 1/4 cups or half a stick of butter and 2 tablespoons of ground cinnamon. So what we're going to do, we're going to combine this together. I'm showing you from the cinnamon buns to the fillings to the frosting. Here I have my butter. Of course, the butter has to be softened. And here I have my cinnamon. So guys, we're gonna combine these 3 ingredients together. That's it. That's all it is. I think I'm gonna add a little bit of more sugar because I want it to be thick. I don't want it to be soft. So it's kind of like liquidy. I don't want it to be liquidy. I want it to be like a paste. So I'm gonna add a little bit of more sugar, but maybe another less than 1/3 cup. You know, into it's nice and thick. I don't want it to be liquidy. So when I'm finished with that, I'm gonna come at you and I'm gonna show you how to make your frosting, which is cream cheese frosting. Okay guys, for the frosting, you're going to need 4 ounces of cream cheese softened, which is a half a block of cream cheese, 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter. I use regular butter. 4 tablespoons of milk, 1 tablespoon of vanilla extra, and 1 cup of powdered sugar. Okay, guys? So already stir it, so your consistency should look like this. All right? And that's gonna be your cream cheese frosting. So that's that. We're gonna leave that sit there. And let me check on the dough. And after I check on the dough, we still have to knead it again for another 8 to 10 minutes. So let me get the dough and I'll be right back. Of course, guys, when you have your dough resting on the bowl, make sure it's covered with a towel. So now I got it. Now I got it kneaded for another 10 minutes. So, oops, let me clean my surface. Again, it got dirty all over again. All right, guys, I've been kneading the dough for like 5 minutes now. So, you know, different measuring cups, sometimes they give you a little bit more or less of the liquid ingredients. If you get a consistency on your dough that is kind of sticky, that's when you're going to be using the flour to make it not so sticky, but mine came out perfect. So just keep kneading your dough until you get the nice and neat, you know. The reason why I do it like this is because I used to make pizzas for over 10 years when I was working. So, yeah. And if you want your dough to be nice and round, just take your dough. You're going to knead it from the outside in. You basically ripping the dough and tucking it in, and it's coming back out. So at the end, make your bowl. Keep doing it. And then we're gonna make it into little bowl again. And we're gonna put it back in the bowl. Keep your bowl warm, guys. All right. So you're gonna put it back into your bowl. You're going to let it rest for another 30 to 45 minutes. And after that, I'll show you the other two processes. All right, guys, I'm back. My dough is out of the bowl. You want your dough that when you do this, it bounces back. So as I did that already. So now what we're going to do is we're going to stretch the dough out. So guys, just make sure that your hands are clean. When you guys are doing this, this is the little bit of flour that we're going to need. So, yeah. Of course, with your rolling pin. Remember, guys, this is a rich dough, so it might be a little sticky. And shape the dough, okay, guys? Shape the dough to a triangle, not triangle, to a square dough. You could do it. So stretch your dough. So guys, let me stretch my dough and I'm gonna come right back, okay? All right, guys, I already got my filling spread out. Now on this one, you guys gotta make sure that you guys trying to roll it evenly. Like that, when you cut your rolls, they are the best that you can do it, okay? So try to like use both hands to roll it. And the feeling is like, it makes the one not roll even, but you have to fight with it, I'm telling you guys. So, and at this time you could guys also add like pecans or walnuts, whatever you guys like inside your cinnamon roll. So, yep, I'm telling you guys, it's a very rich. Now here, for it not to roll out, I'm just gonna take it over and put it over. And don't be afraid if it tears a little bit, okay guys? No, it's not a big deal. So there you go. Now I don't cut this with a knife. The trick to this is you take a string and you bring it underneath and you cut. All right, so I'm gonna do that and then I'm gonna come right back. All right guys, this is what it looks like. And the way I cut them like this without a knife is because the knife will make them flatten. So what I use is string of floss with no flavor, just plain. And that's how you get them to be like this. So now I'm going to put them in the oven. My oven is 350 and I'm going to bake into 20 minutes and then keeping an eye on it until golden brown. I'll be right back with the end result, guys. Well, guys, this is what the cinnamon bun looks like. They just came out of the oven. See how delicious they look. So now we're gonna let them cool down for a little bit, or maybe not, I don't know. I'm gonna take one out and then I'm gonna let the rest cool down and put some frosting on it. Well, guys, I must say, for a recipe that I haven't made over 15 years, you can never forget how things turned out. So guys, homemade cinnamon bun. Easy recipe, delicious, especially now for the holidays. Homemade desserts. I'm gonna pass you my recipe. Follow the instruction that I gave you in the video. And if you have any questions, just send me. Because you guys could pause the video there and get the recipe. Alright guys, and remember, this is Deborah Cabasa Home Living. And I'm gonna leave it like I always say, be kind to one another. Don't forget to smile. Overall, stay safe, stay healthy. And remember that God loves you and Debbie also loves you too. And we'll be into the next one. What it'll be, I don't know. Bye bye guys.